So master slave database replication is a process of copying or syncing data from a database on primary server or master server to a second database on this another server or slave server. The main benefit of this process is to distribute database to multiple machines, and this can be used as a backup purpose. So think if something happened into production database and it's time taking to fix the issue and business is not ready to for a longer outage. So in that case we can promote slave server as a master server for business continuing. So here we'll discuss about this lesson. Will focus first to configure Postgres replication by using hot standby mode. Then we'll go through how we can halt slave server, and then finally we'll go through failover testing. So first thing first, we need to set up this process. We need two servers, one as a primary or master server, second as a standby or slave server. So here, so that OEL75 is in my case this is a primary server, and DevOps is my slave server. In my case I am running Oracle Linux 7.6. Here also 7.6. So my primary server and standby server, we need to make sure that user, because it's a when we install Postgres software, it's yeah, create a default user Postgres. So cat etc passwd grab. So we need to make sure that passwordless authentication for this Postgres user in place. So to check that one, so now I'm connected as a Postgres on my DevOps or slave server, and here I have already connected as a Postgres user. So from primary server I need to go to slave server, which is DevOps. So I can go there from slave server if I would like to go to master server. So it's not asking me any password or anything. So you can see that one. Host name is OEL75. So I put it back. If I go here, host name is DevOps. So I can communicate each other without prompting me password. So I hope you all know how to set up SSH authentication, passwordless authentication for a particular user. But here I can show you to go through or set up those commands. So if you don't set up, what you need to do, you just need to just create a generate key. So it will generate two key. If I let's go there. So you generate two keys. One is private key, another one is public key. When key is generated, then we just put public key entry to authorize key files. We'll do the same on both servers. Then we need to copy those authorized key from one server to another server. Now if I cat that one, cat this authorized keys, so you will see that it has got OEL75 for Postgres user public keys here, and second one is DevOps. So if I go to the other side, like this is my master host, if I go to slave host, so if you cat that one authorized keys, so it has got both entry, so that it can Postgres user can connect without password in between these two. The other thing we need to check here, that make sure we have got entry for both host on etc host files. You need root entry. You need root entry for this one. Connect as a root. Same this side. You can see that I put both entries, one for master server and another for slave server. So when that is done, next thing we need to make sure that Postgres software is installed both the servers. So how we can check that one? So we can see that one is that status. So you can see Postgres server or services are up and running on primary server. Now if I go to slave side, so we can see software has been installed, but I put that down, so it's already shutdown mode. So we have installed Postgres, both master and slave servers. Next thing what we need to do, we need to make sure that primary server Postgres is up and running, which is ultimately here. You can see that it's up and running. If I go to slave server, we need to stop that one, so I already stopped that. Now we need to modify some parameters. So let me go through. So I'm going to copy the command so that I don't need to write. So now I'm working on my primary server. I'm going to modify some configuration files. So here is, so what I'm going to do, I'm setting listen address to this pointing to localhost, and this IP address is my slave server host IP. No, this is localhost one. This is localhost IP. I'm pointing that one. So this has been done. Now I modify all database parameters. This is my localhost. So I can go there. So here see there are few parameters. It's related to slave server. So I just set that up because when I'll take a backup, ultimately it will copy all the files under data directory. So I'm running all those commands this side. So now let's reload the configuration. Oh, because I'm already on SQL prompt, so I do not need that one. I just load this one, so it's loaded. I put a wrong because I did not get any prompt, so that was code. Select reload. Not sure why it's not working. If I run from outside, it should work. What is wrong there? Not sure why this command is not working. Oh, because there's some entry maybe before all session. If I run quit. So now if I type reload config, so yes, it has been reloaded now. So now why I'm doing that one, if I type that, sometimes I do not need to restart, but this if I go to that listen address to see that does it really take effect or not. No, it did not take effect, so we need to reload the Postgres services. Before that, what I can do, I can go through modify authentication configuration, so which is HBA file, if you know that. So this is the path. I quit from here. Still I'm working into master server. Go there and we need to put an entry here. Ultimately define the slave server information here. So let me copy from document. If you know that this is my master server IP, a slave server IP here. And let's save this one and we can so just restart. Let's restart that one. Service. Now if we check that one, we can see it's already know that one that we have updated. So far we were working, we have modified the configuration file, we have modified the authentication configuration file. Now next thing, we have to make sure that Postgres is running only on primary side, slave side it's not running anything. So now we need to go to slave side. Now let's connect to the slave server. We already checked that one, that slave is off. So if I go to data directory here, cd 12 data. And you see there are many files. The condition is that that data directory can be exist, but it should be empty. So easy way to do that one. Even if not there, then it's fine. So what we are going to do, I'm just changing that, um, renaming this data to some other name. Did I copy that one? Here. So copy paste from notepad is not working. Don't know why. Sometimes. So move that one. So now there is no data folder here. So now what we are going to do, we are going to take a backup of primary database or over the network. So that command we are going to run this one here is so here what we are going to do here, we are running pg based backup utility, take a backup of master database data directory from slave server. So H is the host. So if you check this one to primary side, ping, so this is that 101. So this host is my master server host name. This is the directory to write the output file, and U is for user. Okay, I missed that one. I did not create that user yet, so I have to create that user. So let me create that user. So on primary side, I'm going to create a user replication. So that already exists. If I see that one, video. So replication user has been already created. So now from slave server, what I was talking about here. So this is the directory U for user, that the replication user that we created. P is to see the progress reporting. B is for verbose mode, so that we can get a little more information. So let's run that one. When you're running, we need to pass the password. So error is so if I put password 123, so let's see that one. So it's a very small, it's just tiny basic database, so it's backup completed. So now, here is the R option. I need to define that one. So that's the new with 12 say. So sorry, it's 12. What is that does? It actually create a files standby. It's create standby.signal and append connection settings to PostgreSQL.auto.conf file. So what I mean by that one, if I go to data directory, you will see there is a postgres auto.conf. If you cat that one, you'll see that it's a primary connect information is here, and another file is standby signal here, this file. So it's a file. So if you don't use this minor r option, in that case you have to create a blank file like standby.signal, and you will miss this connect information, primary connect information from this postgres.auto.conf file. So in that case you need to put entry there. This is the difference with version 12. Version 11, we must create a file recovery.conf, as you know, some if you worked with version 11, and there we need to put like parameter that is standby underscore mode equal to on, and also the primary connect info. So that file no longer needed for, or not there present for Postgres 11 like version 12. So now let's see the status again. So it's inactive. Let's start that one. So Postgres services started or the application started. Let's check something. So it's running. So what we see here, if you see that it's running and it's giving me that it's streaming. So here you see that wall receiver is streaming. So now let's see the same status into primary side. So here you see wall sender. So, but if you go up, that wall sender process was not there before. Because replication is in place, so it's showing me that wall sender process, and replication side it's showing me wall receiver. So now let's see from this side. You know that how you can check the log directory. Show log underscore directory. So it's a log directory. So ultimately it's the master directory, which is data underscore directory. That means if I quit here, cd2. Okay, so far what I can do, I can just okay, let's go there. Cd, then log. So here today is inserted this one. So if I look for last 30 lines of this log, so here you see that I can see this message that it's acting as a like streaming now. So create user, this one password authentication failed, password does not exist, that was reason, then data is interrupted, start my mode, constant recovery, startup is ready to. So here you see that final like consistent recovery state rich data, but the system is ready to accept read-only connections and streaming started. So it's good. So now clear this screen. Let's do something here on my primary side. Connect there. List of database there. Create a new database with demo SLV. So database has been created, and do a checkpoint. Let's get into this side. This is this color, light blue color is my slave server, and all, and you see that database is set now. Let's connect there. So far replication is working fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a table and check that one. So create table. So I have put statements here. So that we do not need to waste too much time here. So I have done that one. Let's go to slave server and check. So we have created under this. And so we can see that rows are here. So the application is running fine. Now let's go through some other little more information. So from OS side, how do you know that which one is master and which one is slave? So easy way to know that one side is wall sender, which is master side, and another side is wall receiver. So if I grab the process from here, you see the wall sender. So that means this is my master server. Now if I go into here, my slave server, type wall sender. Nope, so it's not there. But slave side, if you run, because this is receiving, so if I run wall receiver, you will see that process is there. So this is my slave server. Now if I run this one on master side, no output. So this is from operating system level. So now if I would like to see that one from database level, how do you know? So if you connect there, if you execute SQL PG is in recovery function, so here you will see that it's a false, F is false. But if I run into slave server, so it's a true. So that way, like by this output, you know which one is your master server, which one is your slave server. Let's do something little more. Okay, to get more information, what you can do into primary server, you can execute a query like to get the statistics of the replication. Um, X. So you can get more detail, like here you say that which number has been set, transaction ID, these are. So you can say that transaction sent, write, flash or reply. So you can see that one, and when it's replayed here, so primary side you can see that one. And which currently in transaction from the primary side, you need to write like select PG current wall listen. So you see that it's processing this transaction. Now if I go to slave side, so we can see which wall files it received this side and which is in replay, so applying. So you can see that one. So it seems they are all sync. So now, so far we have set up master slave replication, and we go through some basic administration, how we can find out what is primary database, what is slave database, and how they're applying, or what is the gap, apply gap or log gap. Now let's see something that how we can, if we want, how we can pause replay so that replay doesn't happen. So that things we have to stop replay into slave server, because if I try to do that one, execute that function from the primary side, it will give me a message that recovery is not in progress. So I have to execute this command from slave server. Let's go to slave server, and so it's now replay in pause mode. It doesn't mean that it will not get all the transaction log. It will get all the transaction log, but it will not allow the transaction log. Let's test something. So in primary side, okay. Oh no, no, I'll connect again. So yeah, then connect to be table puts. So now insert to test, put some value. So you have checkpoint. Now we check here. First we are checking how far it received the wall files, and now check the replay. So you see that there is a difference. Now connect to the database, particular database that created the table. Just so it's showing me that it doesn't exist because I put standby or sleep server into halt mode. So now resume that replay process. So to resume that one, what we have to do, we have to just enable that one. So we are going to resume that one. Let me copy that command and execute that function. So we have resumed that one. So now if we check that again, so we can see the data is here and replace flowing. So it has been changed. So here you see that with the wall receive and wall apply, that looks good here. So now next section of this video we'll go through with failover testing. So failover testing is very straightforward with Postgres. So what we have to do, failover means something happened into primary database and we would like to make this slave server as a primary server or master server. So for that what we can do, we can just get here, quit. We're going to data directory. Okay, we go one directory back. Just if we change the name, just to set up a case that something happened into production database. So I don't have data directory. So if I look that still showing running. So if I just stop here, try to start, and it is giving me a message that there are some issues. Let's see that log. So I cannot see that log directory because the directory itself is not there. So only option is generalctl. Shift J. So here you see that it's giving me that message, it's missing. So think that my primary or master server has been crashed. So what I can do in that case, just this side on slave side, it's a very straightforward command. So we see that it was up to as a primary database or master database. So what we have to do, we have to just run the command pgctl command from your system. Just quit from here. You can type which, because this command we need to run is pg_ctl. So pg_ctl, that path has been set, not there, but locate. If that function is there, you can see that one. So I can see that this is the path. So I'm going to run that one, and I'm just omitting. Before I go, so that's true because still it knows it's a slave server, and show log. So I exit from here, cd, I'm going to log directories to get the log. 10 minus 10, just minus 10 files should be there. So you see that it's getting problem because it's not getting, because that server, there is no connection, the data directory is off, so its connection refused. So now I'm going to convert the slave server into primary server. It's a simple command. So pgctl promote, so I'm promoting this slave server and I give the data directory path. So when I'm giving that one, so it's promoted, server has been promoted. So now if we check the log file, here you see that this is the output. So server is promote. If I see the log file, so you see that selected new terminal ID, archive recovery complete, database system is ready to accept connection. So it's now ready, it's not read only, so you can connect to the database. So now if I go to the database, and now if I see that pg in recovery, which I ran before here, which is true because that was slave server. Now if I run, it's false because it's a master server now. And how? If I quit from here, if I seek this status, so here you see it's active and running, and there is no wall receiver or wall sender process here. So it's a active database. And if I connect to this database services, so here you see a database, I can create a new database, test EAYMD. So it's created a database. So now it's acting as a primary database. So far what we have gone through here, that we first configure replication in between primary and slave server. Then we halt slave server for like to do some work. If we think that okay, let's stop this one because ultimately it's getting all the transaction, when we we'll start apply, or replay process will catch up all the transaction. And then we tested failover testing. So we just converted slave server as a master server. So thank you. Thanks for watching this. Hope you enjoyed this.